welcome to Blood Bowl. I'm Complacent Badger.
I'm Sarah Kilo.
And we are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's
And what a playoff season this is going to be.
Yep, it's the Crazy 8's versus the Snarltoof Smashas, and I'm going to give a heads up to anybody watching. I apologize if we have a bunch of technical errors. For the last 2 days, I've been suffering pretty poor internet connection over here in old German land, and it may cause SK to cut out here and there, as you can tell.
Well, that'll be fine. I don't actually have anything important to say.
So yes, it's going to be an
It'll be
interesting.
fine.
It's going to be an interesting playoff season.
So I think that it's really, really fun that some of the teams that got paired up in a really unique way, where the two heavy Smashas teams, the Smashas and the Crazies, got to fight each other, which is really either has a really good opportunity to get rid. Well, it's got to get rid of one of the team and potentially the other one, and give somebody who plays the next a little bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we see a lot of injuries, that could really affect whatever team comes out of this. So.
And it's really going to be how everybody plays. I think plays their big guys. I mean that Bloodthirster is going to be really important. Will really drive, the Crazy Eights down the pitch. But if the Smashers can mitigate that real well, then they have the chance to win this.
Yes. Looks like he's already got a really strong start, just kind of crippling that wing over there. That is a lot of.
That's going to make a lot of a difference because it seems like.
Yeah.
I think that's going to make a lot of a difference because that pressure on one side of the pitch is pretty heavy.
Well, I think the Crazy Eights have 9 of their players all on that side of the pitch. So that's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, and that's an interesting place for a kick to land. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So setting up, getting guys around, decent cage setup, wild animal, but he's still in a really good position to hold the cage together. See, it's interesting. Had he brought one player over here instead of because these players don't have guard. Had he brought one player to mark right here, he could have done a 1-die against this, and he has block, and he doesn't. Had he blitzed. But he kind of just picked up the guy and didn't assist or anything and just try to do a normal cage break. That's what we say when you build a cage. Careful if there's guys next to him because it defeats the purpose of the cage. So we see the Snarltoof Smashas are completely surrounding the ball carrier at this point. Let's see if we can get out of here. So Bloodthirster making an opening, pushing that, and then Pit Fighters working together to push that player off the pitch. With all these players completely surrounding his ball carrier, it looks like there's not going to be any ball movement whatsoever. And we've got 2 players on 1 black orc over here, and 2 on 2 over here. So player goes down, ball bounces into the hand of another bloodletter. Looks like he's setting up a little wider just in case of a flush out. We'll see if that helps out a little bit. Really low on players. Got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. And make that 8 with a broken neck. Moglop re-rolling for a badly hurt. So, reforming a cage over here in the center. Loss of yards, but with a lot less orcs in the way.
Well, hello again.
Hey, how's it going? We're still recording. I'm just going to keep going, and every time you drop, we'll just keep doing this just so we get these things done.
So where are we at? Give me a rundown. All right. Just watch Crazy 8 suffer a turnover. That's no good. So what do you think? Pretty late in the first half and still no score? Pretty long drive. This would be good. I can't hear anything that you're saying. Complacent badger. So I'm just going to keep talking over top of you.
Hello? You can,
Hello.
you can hear me now? Good.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Excellent. Somehow fucking internet connection has some effect on what pieces of equipment I'm using for recording. So,
Too much electromagnetic interference. No big deal.
I hate this country.
That'll
Alright.
be good.
So, reforms a cage. Looks like the orcs are just gonna move on over there and try to hold him.
So that push was pretty advantageous, actually, blocking the route
Yes.
out. So if he could get a player on that corner like he did, it's going to make it very difficult to get around to score in time.
Mm-hmm. It
But I
looks
think
like
that maybe. Oh, go ahead.
it's going to be a tough prospect for a score right here. Wasted a lot of turns just kind of b being behind a giant orc line.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of,
think that I missed the majority of the dug in fighting. So that's good.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 9 players set up in a checkerboard pattern behind just a wall of orcs.
Will maybe get a flank out or anything. So was there? Did you see a decent tactic through that?
He was successfully pushing players off the pitch. I think Snarltoof Smashas are down to 8 players, but even with the player advantage, he's still. Well, there you go, touchdown. Last turn. Didn't really do anything to guard that flank over there, so touchdown, ahoy.
What's the way to do it? So last minute reset, maybe just a little destructo action.
Yep. So Snarltoof Smash is not in a terrible situation. They received the kickoff after this little bit of fighting, and then they'll maybe be able to get a touchdown.
Yeah, get 1-1 grind fest.
Mm-hmm. Might see
So
some.
I didn't miss any significant injuries though.
No, Moglop got hit for a broken neck, but he apothecaried to a badly hurt.
Oh, Moglop, man.
Yeah, that would have been real bad. That's really the only significant
uh,
thing that you missed at all. So just getting his licks in while he can, and then moving players back, I guess.
Solid first half action.
Yep.
So
Well, we're still looking at
good.
11 to 11. Looks like both of the knockouts, one for each team, did not return.
So we're all squared up again, and it looks like the Gates are playing that Bloodthirster safety instead of on the line.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he picked that up after playing me a couple times. Blitz action, huh?
Wait, didn't we just... Was the kickoff event... What happened? Oh, okay, it was a blitz action. Disregard all. The turns were all messed up because of the blitz action. It showed 7 and 8. Now it shows 8 and 9. Okay, but yeah, he was able to get the blitz kickoff event and actually catch his own kickoff, which is always fun. But yeah, that player is going to go down for that.
That was a pretty bold move.
Yep.
I guess that I don't understand why he wasn't able to. Oh, because he should have been able to move any of his players, right?
As long as they weren't
That
on the
weren't in
line.
contact.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
every character except for the 3 pit fighters that were on the line.
So I'm surprised that he maybe didn't get a little more infiltration, or
I just don't think
if he maybe wasn't able to.
he didn't have the bodies in the right places to get more in there. He had to break
Yeah.
through and do all that. Um, kind of doing some weird, even after all this infiltration over here, um, Snarltooth Smashas just kind of left it open and opted to do a bunch of, or not bunch, but 2 go for it's with Moglop to, not get away. And, yep, was that a 1 die into... Yep, 1 die without block against a player with block. Alright, so pretty easy dodge out of there. Didn't manage to get anybody, well, after that push right there. So, yep, gets out. And because of having 4 players back there and everybody else tied up, uh, looks like was in a pretty decent situation until he did those go for it's unnecessarily. Maybe he was trying to do the pass? No idea. Looks like we lost SK again.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Don't lie to the nice people.
So yeah. Do you think he was trying to pass it? Is that why he was doing those go for it's?
Oh, I don't know. I can't see anything right now. I see your face pointing south.
Why does the share screen keep dropping? Alright, so Snarl2 Smashers have the
That's
ball.
much.
Yeah. So moving everybody into position, going for the 1 die. Defender down, lucky lucky. And got greedy with the pickup.
That's tough. That's there's it's one of those things like there's nobody on that ball.
Yeah, it's a 3+ pickup with he used a reroll, so it should have been in there. Smashed collarbone, but he rerolled to a badly hurt.
That's better. Badly hurts are better.
A lot of orcs.
I was really expecting a lot more mayhem from these two.
Well, the Snarltoof Smashes have really high armor value, so doing damage to them is pretty tough. And there has been some damage, but for the most part, it's been mitigated. And then,
Yeah, but well, they both had to apothecary, right?
yes. So that was a touchdown with a couple go for it's and getting knockouts back.
That makes a difference.
Yep. Jazz Choir's up to
So what do you
11
think?
star
Is
play
what are the
points.
chances? No,
No, go.
yeah. So what do you think? It ends. It's gonna 3 turns left. What are the chances that it ends in a 1-1 tie? Pretty good.
It cannot end in a 1-1 tie. It will go into overtime.
Ah, interesting then.
Yep, somebody has to win. It doesn't matter how many turns go into play or into overtime.
Yeah, I think one of our first leagues went into overtime a little bit. No.
Yeah, I believe so. Overtime's tricky, man, because you don't get any refresh on your rerolls ever. You keep whatever rerolls you left in the second half, and then it is groups of 4 extra turns, and you play all 4 turns, both sides, no matter what, even if somebody scores immediately.
Yeah. Does it reinitiate a kickoff event?
Only once the drive is over. Overtime will not stop a drive, but once the drive is complete because of a touchdown, if there are turns left in overtime, it will continue with a new kickoff.
Interesting.
hmm
That'd be
So setting up into a partial cage, the Snarltooth Smashes kind of wrapping people around, trying to get people set up for the Bloodletter getting through. Alright, so setting up, trying to get the cage reformed into the center. Snarltooth Smashes had plenty of in the backfield, so moving to hold. We will see if that'll be enough.
all right. I'm back.
Hey! Uh, Failed dodge. I'm sure you can't see anything, correct?
Oh, 100% correct. I'm not even looking at the TV anymore. I don't need to see what's going on. Off of your verbal and the comment cues.
So, we're at 16 and 16 with 2 rerolls left in Snarltooth Smashes, 1 for the Crazy Eights, and the Crazy Eights are taking their last turn. That a... Yes, that was a Frenzy Trap. And he got lucky with Juggernaut. So, overtime begins. We'll play to 20 turns.
This is a good way for these two guys to finish the regular or the semi quarterfinals. What is it? Yeah, quarterfinals.
The semi-quarterfinals.
We figured that they were really evenly paired.
Yeah,
The semi quarterfinals.
yeah, this is a really good matchup, and it's showing. A couple mistakes on each side, but nothing cataclysmic mistakes. Oh,
Maybe just apocalyptic.
wow, that's crazy. So didn't try to get closer with the pass block to make the pass worse, but the passer had the misfortune of rolling snake eyes after the one and then a reroll for another one.
That's pretty ugly.
Yep, not even a scatter launch.
Do you think that was a rush play? Yeah. You think that was a rush play? Do you think that was the right time to pull the trigger on that?
It's tough to say. There was only one player guarding, so if it was an accurate pass, it would have been a 4+ to catch. So a coin flip, and then had he not had to use the
Yeah.
reroll for the pass, it would have been a 75% chance. And then you would have to dodge out on a 3+, and then because it's just the thrower there, it would have been an almost unstoppable touchdown unless something weird happened. So I think that was the right time to do it. I think he also, I mean, both teams kind of have every player over here in the center, and then just like maybe one or two, three players max playing Blood Bowl. So, I mean, obviously, had things been different, you could have set up for a better situation, but in that situation, I think that was the move. He just got a really bad roll.
Yep. I like that. I like that rundown of it. I think that that's a good thought process because really what it comes down to is there weren't a lot of other players. You're like you said playing Blood Bowl, so being able to and really anything but that 1-1 would have been probably advantageous.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like we're going to be playing to 24 turns unless the Crazy Eights can do something crazy. Um, and it looks like they're not going to be able to since they used the blitz there. So we will be playing.
So this is still probably shorter than a 16 turn Master Moose game.
Very true. So, Snarltoof Smashas leading 2-1 and going directly into the second set of overtime. Bad kick equals a ball into the hand of the Crazy Eights. That's exactly what you don't want in overtime, is just auto giving a team like this the ball.
Right, because they are super motivated and under a lot of pressure. So here's where shenanigans take place. Really,
Mm-hmm.
no rerolls, no opportunities where I mean that guy didn't even he could have burned a reroll and a turn on a pickup, and
Yeah.
and change the fate of your postseason.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what he's able to do. Orcs are doing a pretty good job of getting there. Nobody's really blocking the route, but yeah, it's one of those things that, man, I think if you're going to bring all your players over here, just take the risk of 1-2+ to keep him from getting this route. Like, he basically just gave him all these spaces.
Yeah,
Granted, it worked out, and he actually forced him to drop the ball, so works out.
no, but I'm with you when it comes to that. Is I've been using a lot more going for it lately, and I've just mainly found that I've needed it and really like the kind of positioning that I'm getting myself into. And you just you do them respectfully. You do them when you've already done rolls. So if you have to burn a reroll, it's not devastating, and you try to do them with due regard to the rest of your Blood Bowl strategy.
Yep. And, man,
So now it's just a game of smear the queer, huh?
yep, you basically, Snarl 2 Smashes have to do their
Got to get
best.
that ball carrier and just pin them.
Yeah, this is a situation where I definitely wouldn't have just let this guy stand here. He moved all his players away from him. Not that it would have scored a touchdown, but he could have potentially tossed it to him and just ran him down the field, and there was nothing you could have done to get the ball back to score in the short time.
Right, and that's really the Smash's job is to just get it into a position where there's no movement value.
Yep. Okay,
So that's what
so
happened, huh?
yeah, that game. Uh, I think the Snarltoof Smashes played super safe that game, and just did what they could, and they just happened to be a higher armor value, and took advantage of situations by decent player setup. And the Crazy Eights just, one or two bad rolls in really important situations, but never really having anybody in the backfield to make up for those situations. And I think that was the killer, was that they had no safety net. Uh,
Yeah, it seems pretty fair. I mean, I did miss a little bit in the middle there, but I think that when we talk about lack of ability to finish a drive, like getting that first drive on uh eight turn eight made a bit of a difference, and then we saw kind of from both teams that inability to really make a situation develop where it was super easy. I think that both of them at the in toward the second half, toward the end there, were playing a little more reactionary where, oh, my opponent dropped the ball because of this, that, or the other thing. Now what do I do about it? Instead of developing a plan to functionally deal with it. It was kind of oh, the ball's loose. Let's do something with that ball.
yeah, and that's a good point. Is that though these are both returning coaches, neither team ever seems to have a plan. But
And I absolutely understand that. Hey, the ball pops loose. Nobody's got a plan. But what's your plan to not have a plan? Like, I mean, even hey, I got to get the ball over to a side and make the best of this. I didn't really see a making the best of it. I saw kind of a little bit of scurrying around and hoping, and then your opponent just really coming in and dealing some damage.
yep, and when it comes to those kind of random, where's the ball gonna go? Snarltooth Smashes actually have characters that are built for doing that. Moglop and Jazz Choir, so they can take advantage of things like that. And I think that's why Snarltooth Smashers had the edge in this game, just because they have players for more aspects of Blood Bowl, while the Crazy Eights are basically just a hit. All right. Well, we're gonna sign this one off. I think SK may have died, and we will see you later. Bye.